fun. Hi everyone, welcome to my little corner where there is no wrong way to play with paper. We're gonna use up some scraps and make some fun embellishments, some spookity embellishments as you can see here. So this is for the MINISWAP in the month of October. And remember, if you get your if you've signed up for this over on Ginger's Corner Facebook group, then if you get your swap to me by the 20th, I have it in my hands, you are entered to win the, I'm trying to think, the giveaway for that month. Usually it's some goodies and a cut file by Captain Michelle, usually 2 cut files. So get those mailed out. Now, if you would like to join our embellishment swap, go on over to Ginger's Corner. Everything is in the description. You just have to click the link, answer the questions, and have fun. That's really all it is. And if you don't want to necessarily participate, I would love for you to come over and be inspired because it is very inspirational. Now, I personally like to use my scraps, but you don't have to if you don't want to. I use this Temu set. Now, if it is still available, I will put it in the description here. Remember, if you guys click and it's your first time on Temu, I will have that affiliate link as well because it helps me pay for postage when we do the blessing box giveaways. So I am gonna make all 3 because they're just so stinking cute. I mean, look, now there is a lot of parts, but I was not able to be on a team this month because there wasn't enough room. And the spot that I did have, I ended up giving so someone else can participate, which is totally okay. I am more than happy to share, but I figured, well, I always make 10 just in case life happens and someone's not able to complete the swap. So I decided to make 1 of each. So that's 30. I wasn't thinking, thank goodness I didn't have to make more, right? And you're gonna see why here in just a minute. Now, Temu dies, I am learning you have to kind of spruce them up. So don't be afraid to add some coloring elements or to ink them and use your imagination. Highlight, definitely. I've shown that a lot. So I don't want anyone to be intimidated, and that's why I show how to put them together. So we're gonna start with the little mad scientist. That's what I call him now. I don't know that that's his name. And if you look close, I hope that it shows up. I think it's kind of showing up. You can see it shows you, it'll emboss it lightly where the eyes will go. So all I'm gonna do is take my tweezers. I've already cut it out and I'm going to glue it down. Now, everything that I use in any of these videos, this I get on Amazon, my tweezers on Amazon, the fine tip applicator, all of those are on Amazon. That's in the description of this video as well. Let me see. There is a little eyeball embossed, so I want to make sure I get that in the right direction. We'll put the other eye on. I have seen some of the examples because we have an album and everyone shares what they make for the swap, and they're just so stinking fun. Now, I need to highlight his mouth, so I'm just going to take a Sharpie. Good old Sharpie. You can even get him at the Dollar Tree. I'm also going to color in his eyes. Now, you could use enamel dots. That would be okay too. I kind of like the rustic look of it. One is smaller than the other. And I just use those embossed parts to know where to color, okay? Then you could also put the dye over it and color inside. I've done that as well. I think I showed that not that long ago. I'm gonna get these all mixed up. Now his shirt, I already put together. Look how tiny the little buttons are. I was afraid I would lose them if I didn't put the parts on. So once you have the shirt together, and you do wanna put the shirt together first, if you have this dye or choose to get this dye if it's still available, like I said, I'll put it in the description. Then I'm going to glue his big old head on there because he's a mad scientist. His brain is big. Then we're gonna put his little arms on, just like so. And I guess technically they're gloves. They're not really arms. And we're gonna use our pickup stick. I like this one from Close to My Heart. I've also used a quick stick, and I do have that in my Amazon store. Whatever you like is what you should use, okay? And then we've got to put his feet on, and he'll be all done. How cute is he? Once you have the parts cut out, you guys, it's pretty simple. Now, all of mine are not exactly the same. When I did the pumpkins, I had different pumpkins and such, but that's because I used my scraps to do it. All those tiny little pieces, when you get these layered dies with all the tiny little dies, that's what they're great for. So he's all done. Next, we're gonna put together the little Frankenstein gentleman. We're gonna glue his hair on. For me, that's step one. Let me make sure I don't have it upside down there or flipped over. I don't know what direction it is. Put a little glue. I've learned I need to put a little glue over here as well. Okay, so we'll just put his hair on. I love watching people just put them together because then it kind of gives me an idea and it's not quite so intimidating. Next, and honestly, you have to put one together to know the order you need to put it in. So that's why I like to watch the videos. So you have his body, that's part of the die cut. And then you have his pants, his pantalones, as my sister-in-law would tell me to call them. And we're gonna put that right there, okay? Then you have his shirt, that goes on second, because his shirt is supposed to go over his pants. Made that mistake and had to fix the first one. Just like so. I mean, we can all figure out the dies, but sometimes it helps to have an example. Then we have to attach the body to the head. We're just gonna do that real quick, okay? Just like so. Okay, so next is his little pumpkin, trick-or-treat pumpkin, and I did put the handle on because this is, I was afraid I was gonna lose the little piece if I'm being honest. So then we're just gonna put a little dab on his hand, okay? And we're going to set the pumpkin on there and it will hold, it will. I would suggest though, for tiny little parts, for tiny little parts like the handle of this, use thicker cardstock. It will help if you have a scrap, and I happen to have a piece of nice thick cardstock. So there we go. Now, next we need to give him eyes, and in order to do that, now I know I had scraps, I'm going to put some scraps on here before I put these little 3mm gems. So because I gotta have something to glue the eyes to. Now, you could just back it in black and those be his eyes. That would work too. I just personally did not want to do that. I need to cut my scrap down just a little bit. It's a little bit too long. And I'm just going to glue it right here to give it something to glue onto because I like the dimension of the little beads. And it just adds a little pizzazz. He needs to have some pizzazz. Boy, he looks kind of scary with that white back there. I did some of them with green strips that I had. These are great use of your border strips. Everybody's always asking me how to use them. This is a way you can use them. I just happen to have some scraps sitting here of white. Oops. Well, that didn't stick very well. Mayday, mayday. Okay, stay. There we go. See, you just have to talk to things and then it listens. Okay, so there's his eyes. And then just like on the other one, I highlight his mouth with just a fine tip Sharpie. And then this one, it does have little tiny, the tiniest of die for his shoes. No, that was too small even for me. So I'm just going to color his shoes on with my Sharpie. Nobody will know the difference, honestly. It's not worth those tiny little pieces. So there's him. He's all done. Now we got to make our little pumpkin guy. He's right here. And we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to put his hair on. Start there. Okay. Just like so. They're so fun. Like, they really are fun. Put his hair on. Okay. Oh. Helps if you put his hair on straight. I mean, maybe he's having a bad hair day. I don't know. Okay, then next we're going to attach the pumpkin. He's dressed up like a little pumpkin because he's a little goblin. Just like so. Third, we're going to put the top of the pumpkin on. Okay, because that's on his head. Just like so. Okay. Then we got to put the stem on. Now for that I use the tweezers because it's starting to get smaller and smaller pieces, right? So just put a little dab on here and we're going to put the stem on first. Okay, just like that. Now the glue dries clear, so we don't need to worry about that. Then we've got to put the little twirly thing that's right there. And I just make sure I'm gluing it nice so that it stays on. We can't have his little stem thing falling off now, can we? Okay, just like so. put that on there. And then, oops, or we can try again and put it on the right. Telling you guys, even after all this time, I still get nervous sometimes. Okay, then I want to put his leaf on. Now this one we're going to glue on the back, okay, because it wouldn't look right here. So we need to glue it on the back, just like that. Ooh, almost sent things. It's going to happen. I can feel it. Something's going to go flying. I'm going to drop something. It's coming. All right, so now we want to flip him over, and I want to put his legs on, okay? And we're just gonna go just like this. Now make sure you have the right side. See how that has an ended, I don't know if you can see it, but there is an embossed area on the front. So we're gonna make sure that goes in the right direction. Stay there. Now when you line these up, make sure you put your feet at about the same height. You don't want one longer than the other. Okay, then we're gonna put his little arms on, super cute. Okay, and I like to just use my stick here. Makes it a little easier, a little more efficient, just like that. Okay, now, once again, I need to back his eyes. You could do it in black and be done, but I want to use the little gems, and then we're gonna highlight the eyes here and the face. Now, I thought about putting gems on these, but then they'd be all the same size, and I thought that would look awkward. So I'm going to take my scrap, and I'm going to glue it on, cut it a little bit smaller, okay. Probably went a little crazy with the glue, but that's all right. We'll just make sure it stays, right? Okay, so then I'm going to highlight his mouth and the little pumpkin's mouth, and I'm just gonna, oh, did you see that? It fell off. So you know what that means? We gotta have a black scrap. Mayday, mayday. Let me grab a black scrap. There's no mistake. Okay, so I have this here. We'll just tear off a little piece, and I'll glue it onto the back of the pumpkin. That'll work too, since it wanted to be ornery and fall apart. Okay, we'll just go like that. Cut off what we don't need. Just like that. Hold it there so it'll stay. Watch, I'll accidentally cut his arm off the way this video's going. Okay, see how I backed it there? And it looks like maybe that's stuck in there a little bit, but that's all right. We'll just give him a little help. All right, so there's that. Now all I have to do is put the gems for his eyes and we'll be all done. Again, these are the 3mm flat back gems. You can find them on Amazon. I have them in the Amazon store. So they're easy to find. They're under scrapbooking favorites. I tried really hard to like put adhesives together and dies together and all that good stuff. Looks like that leaf wasn't quite dry. I'm trying to hurry because there's 3. Usually it doesn't take me that long. Okay, so there we go. Aren't those just so sweet? They're just so fun. I hope you guys are encouraged to save your scraps, use them, and create with them. I hope you're encouraged to come and swap with us over on Ginger's Corner. Have fun. There's no wrong way to play. And I really do mean that. I hope you have a lot of fun. Join us. We have swaps in Canada, we have swaps in Europe, and we have swaps Australia, and of course the United States. And with that, I'll see you guys next time. Be blessed. Bye-bye.